So now for Planet Wisp. And this is actually a pretty tedious level. He says this is going too far, even for him. It's like he's surprised all of a sudden that Eggman is taking over mechanizing planets now. Sonic CD? And that cutscene got my hopes up for thinking that I wouldn't have to do this. But I did. You should look at the top screen, and that'll tell you where you should tap. But, like, he goes down so fast. And this cutscene is about as pointless as the previous one. Okay, so Sonic confirmed that he's scared of water. This is the first game where they've ever officially confirmed that. Except this game isn't canon, so that contributes nothing. So we unlocked the Drill Wisp. And the Drill Wisp is one of the worst in the game. The problem is that when you have such a tiny screen, it doesn't really lend itself well to the drill concept. And as you can clearly see, there's still level between the two screens, so the vertical screen crunch isn't at all solved by the fact that there's two screens. So I can understand why in Generation 3DS, there's just one screen, and the bottom screen has a meter telling you how close you are to the goal ring. Because there was really no point to any of the screen switching, when there's still level between the two screens, so it doesn't really solve the problem. I think if the camera was a lot more panned out, so you could see a lot more of what was ahead of you, then the Drill Wisp would be a lot easier to deal with, but as it stands now, you're just stumbling around blind because you can never really see what's ahead of you, and you're always trapped at the center of the screen when you're a Drill Wisp. I think, anyways. You can also drill into the walls, which isn't something you're forced to do until later. These blue springs launch you a pathetic amount. And when I first played this level, I actually tried to do tricks on the first spring that I saw and air dashed instead. It's not really that big of a deal though. This is actually the most enjoyable part of the level for me, is bouncing on those things. Because this is so tedious. Look at where you are on the screen. You can barely see what's ahead of you at all. And another problem I have with the Drill Wisp is that it controls like ass. It's so slippery. And it just turns around rather than it goes in any direction that you press at any time. And if you hit a wall, then it bounces backwards off that wall and turns around in a circle. So, and not to mention the fact that if you run out of Wisp energy under the ground, then you die. So, you're under time pressure, and if you hit a wall, then look at just getting into that pipe is a task all by itself. It's so difficult controlling this thing because it doesn't always go right when you press right, for example. You should probably try to precisely aim for whatever Wisp energy you find. But good luck trying to precisely aim with that thing. You can hold down the B button to move faster with Drill Wisp. But you already move too fast considering how small the screen is anyways. Like, this Wisp is just something that single-handedly makes the level tedious. That and awkward sections like this. For the most part, when I replayed all the levels in this game, I actually found myself loving most of the levels. Like, I'd say right now that this game has the best level design out of all of the Rush games. I never have had the Rocket Wisp at that point in time. But yeah, this game has the best level design of all the Rush games. I love how the Wisps are there to spice things up for a normally kind of bland gameplay style where you're just boosting forwards. And if there's no trick system, like there needs to be something there to spice things up. And lots of alternate routes rather than throwing into bottomless pits when you screw up the gimmicks. So it's good level design. I enjoyed it a lot more than Rush Adventures. But levels like this are never fun. I hate those flowers. They always catch you. And at this part of the level, if it catches you, then you're forced to do everything all over again. And it's so easy for it to catch you. And they're just like the barrels in Haunted Ship, in that when you get out of them, you don't destroy them so that they're never a threat again. And of course, if you bump into the wall, then you're guaranteed to be sent up to them. Something I like about this game is that there's Wisp signs. So it makes it immediately obvious to you that you need to use a certain Wisp to progress, or that you can take advantage of a certain Wisp. Which is especially good because it's on a 2D plane, so, like, having the signs there can instantly tell your brain, that you should use a Wisp. So you don't run past it and not use it. I think that how they should have handled the red ring meter is that, like, say you're at the beginning of a level. Well, the very leftmost star should be glowing on the outside to tell you that you're closest to the very first red ring. And if it's at the end of the level, then the final red ring star should be glowing. And if you're in the middle of the level, then the middle one should be glowing. Oh, I'm not really sure how that would work since there's 5 red rings in every level, and 5 isn't an even number. But yeah, I think that's how they should have done it. They should have had the red ring star meter be like a radar from SA1. Well, SA2, more like. I think that would have actually worked really well in colors, both versions. As it stands, the meter being that way doesn't really help because I can still pass by the red rings not knowing where they are. I actually went back to replay all of the levels recently, as well as, like, anytime I beat a level with 50 rings, the first act of the level, I would replay the special stage. So I actually played all the special stages in this game 4 times. They're actually the best special stages in all of Sonic history. I played the Generation special stages a while ago, and they actually suck. Like, it's impossible to tell from a distance in time what's a mine that you're about to run into and what's a balloon, because everything's so tiny and the floor is so busy. So yeah, if I said at any point that Generation 3DS had the best special stages in the series, I take it back. They actually suck. I keep constantly running into mines that I don't expect to be there in front of me. So this is actually the best special stages that the franchise has ever had. Anyways, I replayed all of the levels on my own time, experiencing how good they are. And I actually collected a lot of the red rings as well, like just for the sake of it. And that was after beating all of the levels in Time Attack, and the bosses too. Planet Wisp's boss fight is still just as tedious, even when you know what to do. But all the other boss fights are even better when you know what to do. This game has the best boss fights out of all of the Rush games. They're the only boss fights where you can beat them really quickly, like under a minute, even though they have a long health bar, because you can use the Wisp to beat them really quickly. So that's pretty good. Wow, I actually managed to bullshit my way through that entire special stage without reading any of the trivia. So that was impressive. And now we got another drill wisping section. It's so annoying hitting the spike balls with the drill wisp, because when you hit the spike balls, like, you don't have any rings anymore, and then you gotta hope that you hit more rings. And I don't see the point of having boulders there to homing attack. Like, that's pretty annoying. I like how you can homing attack the wisp though. Like, that's really convenient. You actually can't homing attack the Wisps at all in the Wii version. And I don't know why. But yeah, some people may complain that the Wisp signs are hand-holding. Like if people complained about the flight and power and speed signs in Sonic Heroes. Personally, I don't see why it's a problem at all. It's very good game design to instantly clue into your brain what you should do. Especially since, again, it's on 2D plane. So, how are you supposed to know when you see an area that you should use the Rocket Wisp? Especially if you're on the top screen. So you can't see that there's something above you in the first place. And like you can see above you, but you can't see above and to the right of you to see that you could rocket up to like this area. Like, I can understand not having signs for the Drill Wisp because that's really redundant. It's a good thing they don't have signs for the White Wisp because then they'd be literally all over the place. Because they're like the Boost Wisp. As for the Burst Wisp, well, yeah, I do think it's a good thing that there's a sign there. That's a tight area, and if you don't get through that, then you'll bounce off the walls. It's just me, or does the Rocket Wisp look very similar to the Drill Wisp? It can be easy to confuse the two. And I prefer the Rocket Wisp to the Drill Wisp in this game, to be honest. Again, it controls really badly, and at least with the Rocket Wisp, it's very reliable. Like, it just sends you up. So you can always count on it. The Rocket Wisp isn't used in a very creative way in this level, though. It's just sort of there to send you up. Which is good for taking shortcuts and avoiding some drill sections, but... yeah, the Burst Wisp, like when you come to a wall and you can't progress, it's obvious that you should use the Burst Wisp, because that's the only way to progress. But I still think it's good that they have burst signs there anyways, to instantly clue to you that you should use them, rather than having to get stopped by a wall first. You should be holding B here, or you won't go fast enough to avoid the Crusher Wall. And it's so precise. You should probably stay in the center, because otherwise you'll just die. And like, I died multiple times the last time I tried to get that red ring. And if you die after getting a red ring before hitting a checkpoint, you have to get that red ring again. Imagine how annoying it is precisely navigating into red rings with the Drill Wisp. Charmy! Huh. This actually isn't annoying to me because, well, it sounds like just as bad as the idea of putting Big in the game, because Charmy is a very infamous character. Honestly, I like Charmy in this game because none of the characters are annoyed by his enthusiasm. So I can live vicariously through his enthusiasm, rather than everyone being annoyed by it, and so it's telling the audience something is wrong with the way he is. And so you just get annoyed by his happiness. So I like Charmy here. And I found it a little amusing how he's so forgetful that he forgot his plan. Although you think that he would be known for being forgetful, and SBO would get into the habit of like setting him to missions with the sticky note telling him what to do. Although I guess that wouldn't help if he also forgot they had the sticky note in the first place. But it's like Charmy's portrayed as incompetent here, and there's never actually a proper explanation for why they put up with Charmy. Does he have special skills that others don't? Does Vector have to look after him, or his sister won't pay the rent? Like, there's never a proper explanation for why they have Charmy there. Like in the Archie comics, it's explained that Charmy is an orphan, so they're looking after him because they can't just leave him all alone. Which is sweet, and heartwarming, and gives the Chaotix a family feeling to them. But in Heroes, everyone just hates Charmy, so it just makes him annoying. But yeah, I like him here. He's a hyperactive little boy character, so he's very infamous for that. And in Shadow the Hedgehog, I swear his voice sounds like he's a New Yorker. Playing Private Eye. Sonic, that is such a douchebag thing of you to say. where is this whole only I can be the hero complex come from? Like, it's like it comes back from Rush. He's so smug towards the Chaotix in this game. Like, oh, how dare you do good as well as me. Like, you'd think that he would like the Chaotix for trying to do good in their own way. I like how there's extra wisps here, so it's not like you're forced to get all of the wisps by precisely navigating with the wisp. When I first tried this mission, I failed like 5 times. Let's see, was it 5 times? Here I didn't think you guys ever got busy. Wow. And like, I thought that Vector would give him a mission as revenge for his disrespect, but instead, the mission just comes out of nowhere after Charmy distracts him. I mean, I thought it was pretty funny Vector's reaction to Charmy forgetting. That actually made me chuckle. But, yeah. That previous mission, I failed at it over 5 times. And then I beat it with 7 seconds remaining with the B rank. And here, this mission is also pretty annoying. Like, when I first tried it, I actually rage quit it without even giving it a chance. And I lost multiple times in a row here. The thing is that the controls are really terrible. And sometimes level design, especially right here, doesn't at all account for the fact that you have terrible controls. I mean, look at this, I'm just constantly bouncing between the walls. And when that can happen, you can easily run out of Wisp energy. It's a pretty annoying mission. Although it is well designed in that there's only going to be one flag that you have to get at a time. So it's not like you can accidentally collect the 3rd flag or the 2nd flag and then have to do it all over again. Which would especially suck since it's on a time limit. Now, when I was first trying to beat this mission, I thought the time limit was pretty lenient. And I cheered at getting the 4th flag, only to rage at realizing that there was another flag that I had to get, and I ran out of time. So the flag is the time limit is relatively lenient. But look, I barely have enough time. It's a good thing that there's an arrow for me to follow so I know where to go, but I bounced off that wall! And, so that was annoying. And look! You can actually clear a mission with 0 milliseconds left. That was very clutch. And why did he say Chaotix, not Team Chaotix? Wow, that was rude. They just literally bullied Espio there, saying he's so ignorable. And he doesn't even properly react to it. It's like that's supposed to be funny to the audience. Like, Charmy is just made to be an inexplicable dick there, after teasing Vector when it was Sonic who insulted the Chaotix. Like, what is it with Sonic and having no respect for the Chaotix all of a sudden? He didn't show much disrespect for the Chaotix in Heroes, aside from being his usual cocky self in that game. So where is that coming from? Like, Espio is a very intelligent and skilled ninja, and Vector is a surprisingly brilliant detective. Charmy is the only one who's incompetent. I don't think that he has the right to insult the entire detective group just because of one person.